What do we got next, Coy?
Yeah, so we are going to just briefly hit on something we talked about in the last one, but we have since really dug in and feel like there's an unbelievable opportunity for you as a host. If you own a property, if you own multiple properties, if you are a property manager, if you are, anything that in the short-term rental world, maybe you're a cleaner or a handyman, and you're tired of having to document all this stuff and take these pictures on your phone, fill your phone up with photos, and then try to text or email over the photos, have to get at your computer or do it from your phone. And it's just time consuming. It's laborious. They get the pictures, they have to thumb through them, and it takes forever. And there's a lot of communication back and forth. It's hard to find the timestamps. We're going to simplify your life substantially by this right here. Now, if you didn't hear about this last week, I would say go watch the other video, but we're really going to hit on it pretty heavily today. Last week was kind of a preview saying, hey, this thing's out there, take a look at it. But today, we really want to dive into a lot of the key features. So we are, of course, talking about Company Cam, the app. Now, Company Cam is something that traditionally was used for in other industries. It's something that a lot of construction crews use, and what they do is they have their projects. So say you're doing a remodel project on 123 Main Street in wherever, Texas. You go in, you create a project folder for that, and every time you want to take pictures of that project, you go in and click on that project, and it's a one button. I'm going to be doing a preview of this here soon with my phone, so that way you guys can see how it works from the app. One button click, you click. There's no sending pictures to anybody else. There's no whatever else. You just click the photos, close out the app, and that's as easy as it is. Now, how this translates to short-term rentals. If you have, we talked about this briefly last week. If you've got a guest that comes in and obliterates your property, then you want your cleaners to be able to go in and easily, quickly take documentation of all of the bedrooms, of all the mess, of whatever. So all your paraphernalia that gets left in drawers or on tables or whatever, you want evidence of that. So the beauty of this app is not only are you taking pictures, but it's time stamping and geolocation stamping all of those photos. So if you ever had to go to Airbnb and say, I've got a claim here, and here's the evidence of this got broken, this got broken, this got broken. You can this is the beautiful thing. There's nothing like having credibility that blows your competition out of the water. Not just the other, your other Airbnb hosts and whatnot, but your competition in this case is your guests that destroyed your house. Mm-hmm. They don't have any evidence or proof that even compares with this. What you have to do, you go in, you click on create report in Company Cam, click on the pictures you want. You can even type a little description if you want. You can create your PDF file, spits it out into a professional looking grid style report. You send that to Airbnb. Guess what? You're going to win that every time, assuming you're honest. If you are honest about the fact that your guests ruined your house and here's the pictures and here's the evidences, you're going to win that because you have the upper hand and you look super professional. So that's one of the main things that it's a huge benefit to it. Evan, do you have another one?
Really, honestly, if I'm a guest, I'm going to start using this as a guest too. I've got a trip coming up in the middle of May, and I'm going to start out, and I'll do this for the properties that I'm hosting and as a guest. I will, upon arrival, I'll pull out my phone, open up Company Cam, and take a picture of the outside. And so that it has a timestamp of when I arrived, the outside, the front. And then from there, as I progress through the house, it'll keep track with the timestamp. So everybody's going to know what time I arrived and what time that I got to the front door and took a picture of the entryway, took a picture of the kitchen, took a picture of the living room, bedrooms, whatever. And it's all time stamped in order. And so you can't really have somebody, say, I've been here for 3 days and I only just now opened up this back bedroom and Lo and behold, there's a rabid iguana. Oh my gosh, sitting right there on the bed. That's not ever going to give anybody any credibility there. That's not going to qualify as evidence. It's going to be planted evidence, if anything. And so, which is illegal, and they'll get banned for that. So just saying, do this. The only real discipline that you've got to have is just one, training your cleaning service as a host to, before they enter the house, take a picture of the exterior, front, sides, backyard. And then also, like, once they've taken pictures of the outside, they can go in and start taking pictures. Don't touch anything. Just walk in, take pictures of each room, and then look for the damage if there is any. Stains in the carpet, scratched up couch from the cat or whatever that was there. If they have dogs or whatever, go and see if there's a bunch of poop in the backyard or something like that. You got to call the pooper scooper guys to come and clean that up, and you're not going to pay for that. The guest is going to have to pay for that extra cleaning cost, or Airbnb if the guest doesn't ever respond. So you get all of that time stamped in order. When you go to make your claim, it's so easy to make that claim. You've got all the pictures. And then you, like Coy said, you can just do literally a PDF printout of everything. Your cleaning service can even go ahead and send you take a picture with the app of their extra cleaning invoice, and it's done. It's such an easy process to go ahead and make your claim. And it's just, you don't ever have to think about it after that. The cleaning service takes care of all the dirty work, and then you get your reimbursement really promptly. And the guest is, then you can decide what kind of review you're going to give them. I would talk to the guest, always, always, always try to talk to their guest. You don't ever want to hand out a bad review if you don't have to, because it really hurts on both sides. Reviews are everything when it comes to this.
So just a quick recap on that. I'm just going to put it in a few words, make sure I understood right. So as a host, you are safeguarding yourself against your guests messing up your property. Fact. So you go through, you take pictures of everything after, have your cleaners, your cleaning crew come in and take pictures of everything after. You don't have to do the all around the house thing unless there was some major damage somebody drew on the wall or whatever. But look for that kind of stuff. But so that's how you safeguard yourself as a host. But as a guest, even, this is a great tool as a guest, because you can walk through the house. There was a property I went to in Galveston, and there were some cracks on the ceilings. There were some the door dings where the door had swung into the wall, things like that. Take pictures of all those things, because you as a guest now are safeguarding yourself against the host making false claims against you just because they didn't catch that from the prior whoever. So if you're doing it and you say, I've had 5 minutes of walking through this house, there's no way that I did all this damage from the time I took the picture in the front yard to the time I walked through the house, that protects you as a guest, which none of us in this business expecting that everybody's out to get us. Like, we go to an Airbnb because we want a good vacation experience, but you can never be too careful at the same time. So two more quick things to take note of. First of all, for a guest, this is a free app. This is a free service. You can have, I think, 50 projects. So, and up to 3 users. Mm-hmm. So if you have, and really if you're a guest, you're the only real user. So you've got 50 projects. You can stay 50 different places, and then just go delete the old ones as they kind of fall off or whatever, if you're staying at that many Airbnbs. So if you are, it was a little Freudian slip there. If you are staying at that many Airbnbs, that's awesome. Thank you for supporting the short-term rental market. But that way you can keep track of all that. Mm-hmm. Free app, free. I can't say that enough. It's free. 0 to 3 users. It's awesome. And so if you are a project manager, or a property manager, or you own multiple properties, then you might consider upgrading to the second tier, which has a cost per user. And a user is going to be somebody like your cleaner. You are a user. Your maintenance people are users. So if you have more than 3, then it's going to be a cost per user per month. But it safeguards you substantially. You can
have also a collaborator. which is slightly different than a user. A collaborator is limited to only the projects that you allow them to collaborate on.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of using up one of your users, you can have, I believe it's unlimited collaborators. So if you have, different Airbnbs in different states or whatever, and you have different cleaning crews and different handymen, you're not going to want, you're not necessarily going to set all of your cleaning people up as users, which is a whole different thing. They're going to have access to all of your projects in all of the different states. You're going to want to set them up as collaborators on these specific projects so that they're not going to have to worry about getting confused about other properties or something like that.
Yeah, so they're going to be narrowed down and only able to see a certain amount of properties. So as a project manager or property manager, I'll get that eventually. As a property manager, if you have 10 different homeowners that you work with, you want to set those homeowners up as collaborators. That way they can go in and see the pictures on their particular property. And they're not going to go see everybody else's pictures. That's the point of collaborators. So that's an awesome feature as well. So the last thing is the to-do lists, and I'm going to show you a walkthrough whenever we go through the actual video on how to use Company Cam. But the to-do list allows you as the host or as the manager to go in and require these specific angles. So when you walk into master bedroom 1, you have angle from the right side, angle from the left side, any damage. Bathroom, angle from the right side, angle from the left hand. And you specify exactly what pictures you want in your property.
You can also require them to have a picture for this check item, or like you gave an example of like any damages. If there's not damages, you're not going to require a picture for that, clearly.
Right. So, but they have to go through and check that, and it gives you a progress report as they're going through that, to where you know how many pictures they took, which ones are lacking, those kind of things. So it allows you to have so much control without having to be constantly managing what your cleaners don't have to be photographers. Your maintenance people don't have to be photographers. They can just go in and go click, and they don't even have to be tech savvy. All they have to have is a smartphone with a camera.
They don't have to know how to text the pictures to you or try to email 75 pictures to you or anything like that. It's just automatically uploaded into the app.
Yep, absolutely. And again, those reports are awesome. I mean, it's going to streamline your business.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to streamline your business. I'm using it for my property. I've got my cleaning ladies working on getting trained on it. My maintenance people. So one of the cool features you can do for your maintenance people is if you have like a plumbing leak, maybe you have a sink that's leaking, they can go in there, they take a picture of the leak under the sink. As soon as they fix it, they take another picture. They can actually print out a before and after report, and they can click this picture and this picture, put them in a report, send you a thing saying, this is what it looked like before, this is what it looked like after, all in one picture. That way you have an instant way to see that they've completed their job.
You can even do that with like a room. There's a feature where you can take a picture, and then you go and, your cleaning people go and clean the entire house. They take the before pictures, and then they take and then when they go through to take the after pictures, when they're done cleaning, you can actually go, and there's a setting where you can line up the shot. It has like a watermark, image of the before picture. And then you take the after picture, line it up, same exact spot that you took the original picture. And there is a plethora of different side-by-side images that compare the before and after. So
can you tell we're fired up about it?
Yeah.
Like if you're out there and you're watching, if you're fired up about this, which I am, because my business, I want it to be easy. I want it to be as hands-off as I can make it. You're going to always have to be involved in your business. If you're just completely hands-off, then you're not running your business properly. But I want to be as hands-free as possible. And this gives me the ability to do it. So I'm fired up about it. I know Evan's fired up about it. We're going to learn more about it. There's so many other features that we haven't been able to get into. This stream's already 45 minutes long. And I want to make sure that we're not just going through so much. So we're going to bite it off, take it off in bites. We're going to go through more features later. But I'm really excited to do the demo video for everybody. We're going to put it on the YouTube channel, so make sure that you check back there as we go. We'll post it on social media. Hey, man, this is a good thing before we sign off. We have a Facebook page now, Airbnb Bros on Facebook. So it's brand new. We've posted some of our links. I would love it if you would go and subscribe over there. We also have an Instagram channel where we're going to be posting some of our cabin tour pictures. We've got a couple of them on there. So make sure if you can, please run over to Instagram, to Facebook, and like those pages. And last thing, we are on Spotify. This is all going to drop on Spotify and Apple Podcasts as an audio only, so you don't have to look at our ugly mugs. But if you don't prefer that, or if you like the beard look, then you can come watch it here. We're going to chop this into bite-sized pieces and post them as individual videos as well on our YouTube channel. So please check back. It really helps the algorithm if you share these videos right now. That's kind of the big thing that YouTube is after right now, is shares. So if you know anybody who would like to have any of this information, we would really appreciate it if you would share this. That way Airbnb knows, or YouTube, or both, knows that we're working really hard.